It's RG here, live from RG Avenue Studio, and welcome to Work It Wednesday. We're super excited to work in a brand new stamp set on this Wednesday. It actually goes live on the 15th. Now, if you're not familiar with RG Avenue's new launch release dates, it always goes live on the 15th of every month, and on that day only, you receive 15% off our entire new release. So all of our new sets or digital files that go live on the 15th, you get 15% off that day only. So this is one of those sets that will go live on September 15th, and I can't wait for you guys to give it a try. And of course, if you'd love it, then visit us on the website at www.rgavenue.com and make sure you click on shop. Under sale, you're going to be able to find, under new releases, you're going to be able to find the new releases, which again are 15% off on the 15th only. So let's go ahead and switch over to our top view so we can look at this beautiful set called Much Love. Now, I love the idea of the wreaths, and I love the idea of adding the blooms to the wreaths, but this one's just a little extra because it is a heart wreath. And so we're going to play with that a little bit today. I've actually got a 4x4 Darling card. This is Tangy Berry as our card base. I also have a layer of Tangy Apple. I want it to be a fun, fresh card, especially note card. I love that about this. I've pre-cut a layer of powdered sugar, and I've used one of our brand new exclusive dies that will launch in October to create a darling little edge here on the side. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and open up our stamp set and start our stamping. It's a brand new set, and it's the first time I get to play with it. So because it's a brand new set, I do like to go over it with an eraser. Make sure that if there's any residue from the polymer, from manufacturing, that it kind of clears that up, almost like preparing the surface. The more seasoned your polymer stamps are, the better they're going to grab ink. And the better impression you're going to get. So we're just going to go ahead and open this guy up some. Super adorable. Okay, so now the biggest decision is which one of the wreaths do we want to actually use? And I think I'm going to go with the largest one, which is this little nugget here. I love it, love it, love it so much. I'm going to go ahead and place that there. There's two different ones. There's one a little bit fuller than the other. But let's start here. I'm going to start off by stamping some black taffy on here. And I'll probably ink it up a few times just to make sure I've got a good impression. Perfect. So I'm going to clean this guy right up. I'm going to bring my stamp back. And I'm going to heat set this a little bit because I've got two different layers of ink. Now I'm going to grab the additional set and I'm going to just marry that right through. Like it's going to add a little extra layer of ink. That's about right. It's going to be offset a little bit. And I'm going to come back with some Tangy Apple. And it just creates that beautiful, I'm going to zoom in just a little bit here so you can see just enough. I love, see, it was designed in the way that I like to color. I love to leave some white borders. I love to leave some white edges. So it just adds a hint of color to my wreath. It's absolutely gorgeous. And this one is perfect and set, ready for me to go. I'm gonna grab a scrap of powdered sugar that I've got laying around, and I'm gonna create a few blooms here. I haven't decided how many I want yet, but let's say we're gonna start off here with 3. Alrighty. We're gonna ink those up. I'm gonna ink that up again. Just a double layer of ink. We're gonna clean this guy up as well. Now, so I'm gonna bring these guys back because I'm done using these guys. But I'm also gonna bring my sentiment. So much love, I love it. Love it. Perfect. All right, so I'm gonna heat set this real quick. Just because I've got multiple layers of ink and I just like to make sure that my layers are dry before I come back in with a separate color. So again, we've got some fillers here. So we're gonna bring those in. Play matchy match here. Perfect. I'm just trying to match these guys up a little bit. There we go. So we'll do that one. And we're gonna bring in this bigger one. Right about there. And we've got our additional stamp here. So just match them up. Bring in some of that color tone. Sorry, I'm just trying to see. There we go. That one moved a little bit. So I'm going to grab those. And I'm going to ink these guys in my Tangy Berry and the additional one in Sour Pineapple. Sorry, I feel like I should zoom out. Sorry. I'm just going to bring that color in. And again, it's just going to give me a little richness in that tone. I'm going to bring in that Sour Pineapple and a little bit more of that Tangy Berry. So fun. I'm going to clean off my stamps here, place them back. And once you've used them, it'll be a little bit easier for you to see where your image is, because of course these are brand new. So All right, I'm gonna cut these guys out. And see, you'll notice that they're just designed to give you a hint of color. I don't want it to be so strikingly solid because I love to have a little bit of a white border. So this just kind of gives you that hint of color. And I'm also going to cut out my much love. What a perfect little love note. Perfect. All right, it's time to put our project together here. Make sure my card is nice and flat. Again, we've got that pre-cut border. We're gonna add some adhesive here to the edge. And just kind of choose your favorite. Like, I love how it's not just a regular scallop. It's got a little bit of a wonkiness to it. I love that about that scallop die. So cute. And again, it's just a little extra. I'm gonna grab some twine here. And I'm almost gonna disguise that seam so that it all looks like it's part of so it's all the same paper, even though it really isn't. And this is more stringy than it is twiny, so it's more string. I'm gonna go ahead and double knot this. And then I'm gonna create a bow. I'm going to go ahead and pop this out. When in doubt, pop it out. I'm popping this out right onto my my tangy apple, sorry. And it's all just a perfect little blend. It goes onto my tangy berry cardstock. And I'm gonna actually curl some of my scallops up here a little bit, just for some extra texture. And now it's time for me to add my blooms. Now you can decide to add texture with them, leave them as is. I love how they've got just a little bit of splash of that white, because it's all just gonna blend in perfectly. I'm gonna go ahead and pop out my sentiment here. Much love. Right down the center there. Look how cute that is. And then I'm gonna bring in my flowers for the finishing touch. So cute. And it's just such a perfect little note card. I'm gonna bring in a little bit of black splatter to this, just as a finishing touch here. I'm gonna bring in some water to blend out a little bit more. Just bring in those drops of black paint. And finishing touch is gonna be my Dazzling Pat. And it's absolutely golden. Check it out, guys. Super adorable. Let me refresh my mat here so I can zoom in. And you get all the lovely details from the Dazzling Pat. And it's the perfect note card for any occasion. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this fun and darling Work It Wednesday. Again, it's a brand new set that launches on September 15th, and I can't wait for you guys to take advantage of it and create beautiful, darling projects with it for an all-year type of occasion. Guys, thanks again for being the best part of RG Avenue. We can't wait to continue to bring paper to life and inspiration to your doorstep. Guys, remember to continue to create and capture so we can bring hope to those around us. Thanks again, and we'll catch you next Wednesday. Adios.